Good morning, Rebel fans, and welcome to another edition of Rebel Lady Basketball here. We are in the Sevier Valley Center, a little flip-flop for both the boys and the girls programs, as the girls were at Richfield High School yesterday. Now they're going to be here in the Sevier Valley Center. It's an electric atmosphere, and no kidding, it is literally sparking right now as Tabiona escapes the upset against Escalante by 1 point. It came down to the very, very bitter end. And with a 1-and-1 double bonus shots going 50% from the line, that puts Tabiona up by 1 with less than 10 seconds left. Ball gets lost in the sauce as they try to attack. Escalante losing by 1. Tabiona sneaking away with the victory. They're going to be moving on to the semifinal round and will host the winner of this matchup between the Rich Rebels and the Milford Tigers. Milford coming off of a win of their own yesterday, what could be considered an upset, as Milford ranked 14th. They ended up upending Monument Valley at number 3 yesterday. And both of these teams very, very hot and getting ready for another edition of basketball. Tip-off is 9 minutes away. We'll go ahead and take a quick break from our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. Come back to you for the scene set on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. And sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000. Quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we move our way into the scene set brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Set the scene for your business to increase in 2022. Advertise more with mylocalradio.com. Our scene set today between the Milford Tigers and the Rich Rebels. We'll take a look at Milford first. The Tigers upsetting number 3 Monument Valley yesterday in tournament. It was actually the game before the Rebels had played. That one went down to the wire. And Milford came away with the win and an upset. They have a date now with the Rebels here early in the morning as part of our quarterfinal round. Inside scoring and rebounding galore helped the Tigers win in that game against Monument Valley. I was there to watch them, and they don't give up an inch on the inside. They're led by Yelena Sosi, 15 points per game. She is an inside scorer and a rebounder. You'll have to keep an eye on her, number 5 for Milford. Yelena Sosi, a huge element, and was huge in the win against Monument Valley yesterday. The Tigers are defensively minded and very gritty. They can play their game, and they're going to want to play it against the Rich Rebels. The Rich Rebels currently number 6 in the RPI. They took care of business against ICS yesterday, looking very, very good. Came out on fire, did not skip a beat after coming off of the first round bye here in the state tournament, brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. Have hit their stride at the right time, and rumblings here in Richfield say that Rich is the team that is going to really, really make a push towards the end. And first things first, they're going to have to take on the Milford Tigers. Ambria Lutz, our player of the game last night, had 5 threes from beyond the arc just in the first half alone. She was en fuego, along with Taylor McKee. Both her and Ambria exhibiting a lot of senior leadership, facilitating the offense, and stellar on defense. All these girls working in tandem together. They're a well-oiled machine at the moment, and they're ready to take on the Tigers in about 6 minutes. Thanks for joining us here on our Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We'll come back to you for more as we get ready for tip-off in just a moment on 98.3 The Wildlife.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith,
their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. Currently, right now, we have a blank screen. We'll get our scoreboard graphic up as soon as tip-off starts. We're about 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from tip-off between the Rich Rebels and the Milford Tigers as part of our quarterfinal matchup. The Rich Rebels wanting to move on, of course, so are the Milford Tigers. The winner of this game will go ahead and play. They're going to go ahead and play the Tabiona Tigers in the semifinal round. The loser of this will probably play Escalante, who just lost by 1 point to Tabiona just moments ago. We'll catch you up here as to how these teams are doing, both the boys and the girls program. If you already know, at 11:30, in about 4 minutes or so, tip-off time for the Rich Rebels against the Milford Tigers. Later on tonight, the boys are going to be at Richfield High School as part of the Consolation Championship rounds. They're going to be playing Tintic, whom they have a history with. Tintic barely losing to Whitehorse yesterday, going down to the wire as well. There's been great basketball here in Richfield as part of this tournament, both boys and girls. No matter what side of the bracket, no matter who you are following, it has been full of fantastic basketball and narratives galore. If you want to go ahead and watch a live stream, go to 1aball.com. They have the video rights to this basketball tournament. You can watch them and at least have some visual aid if you want. You can go ahead and listen to me while watching that feed if you so wish for the Rich Rebels. Either way, that is where you're going to find the live feed. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff, the mayor and town council, for making all of these things possible for me to meet up with students, athletes, and getting interviews with them. I met with Trey Walker. I met with Sage Lundgren. Perhaps we'll hear from one of them at halftime, as they were really fun. Looking forward to they were looking forward to this tournament when I met with them earlier in the week. So the town of Woodruff helping us with that. Also want to thank Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty. She does the pregame coaches show, and that's Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty in Garden City. Pam does an excellent job, and she allows me to meet with Coach Lundgren. We're going to meet with Coach Lundgren probably after this game as they look forward to their next matchup coming up in it will be tomorrow. And either that will be in the Consolation Championship or that will be against Tabiona tomorrow. First steps first, the Milford Tigers stand in the way of the Rich Rebels. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back to you for tip-off in about 2 minutes on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultes, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, as we are getting ready for our starting lineups. Each of these respective teams have lined up on their benches to get ready to look at who will be starting for each of these respective teams. Keep in mind also that later on we're going to be hearing from Coach Cindy Stewart, who's going to be honored at the induction of the UHSAA Circle of Fame. For the Milford Tigers, number 4, Navy Williams, 7 points per game for Navy. And then Yelena Sosi. Number 11, Brinley Wunderlich. Number 12 at point guard, Talia Spalding. 13, Whitney Stoddard. That is your starting lineup for the Milford Tigers. Leading scorers are Williams, Sosi, and Spalding, with Sosi leading the pack with 15 points per game. You're going to have to keep her in check if you're going to want to win the game for the Rebels. Here comes the Rich Rebels, who are the designated home team in their all whites, blue numerals. Brittany Lamborn coming in. Defensive presence, as we've mentioned multiple times. Brittany is going to have her hands full today guarding the backcourt for Milford. Mackenzie Smith also in there. Darlene Peterson coming in. Darlene was hot from just inside the arc last night. It seemed that the Rebels were scoring in bunches at times. Taylor McKee, as always, a senior foundational piece to this team, going to be taking over point guard duties along with sharpshooter Ambria Lutz. That is your starting lineup, brought to you today by our friends at Lutz Construction and Excavation. That's premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8678. Congratulations to the Rebels and the Tigers for making it this far into our quarterfinal round. The winner will play Tabiona. The loser will play Escalante. Ball up in the air and won by the Rebels. Darlene Peterson tipping it out to the right for Taylor McKee. They're going to be going from left to right on your radio dial. Taylor setting up the offense, looking over and seeing what Milford's going to give them. Inside pass for Ambria Lutz. Around the horn up to the top. McKee thought about the straightaway three, is going to drive in, get stripped, and a foul. No, a travel violation first before the foul, and that's going to be turnover, the first one for the Rebels today. Milford will take possession underneath their own basket. Brittany Lamborn out into their own backcourt just to give a little bit of a look there as Milford will take it across the timeline. Stoddard out on the right side wing, extended in front of the media bench. Crossover now working her way to the left. Williams up for the top, inside pass. Sosi not able to hold on to it as that was coming in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Tips off of her fingers and goes out the back line. A turnover for Milford. 1-1, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth for these teams. Here comes Rich with a complete reset of the game. They're just going to take 45 seconds off and pretend it never happened, I guess. Here's Rich. Brittany Lamborn, one dribble hop to the right side. Lutz, no hesitation, three. Long and good. Ambria Lutz feeling it in this tournament. A T7 propane three for Ambria Lutz, and that puts Rich up by 3 early on. Spalding working in the half circle, goes to her right. Passing it off to Stoddard. Stoddard spinning around, almost grabbed the ball, and then it's deflected by McKee. Inside move, Sosi. Picked by Darlene Peterson. Turnover. Here comes the Rebels across the timeline, way down low. Inside, Lamborn for Smith. Floater off the glass, too far to the right. No good on that one. Here's Milford. Trying to see the point guard's number. Her hair is blocking the back of it. This is Talia Spalding. Spalding working her way down into the short corner is going to dribble right on the line. Right on the left baseline, another turnover. So 3 turnovers in a row for Milford. Smith into McKee. McKee, calm and collected, again across the S of Snow College, working from left to right on your radio dial. McKee, left wing extended, right-hand dribble, now crossover behind the back, trying to find some room. It seems as though Milford is implementing a 2-3 zone and daring the Rebels to shoot the ball. Lutz is going to do it again from the right side and make another 3. Ambria Lutz, if you're looking for a superstar who's going to carry you in this tournament, Ambria Lutz has taken it upon herself to do so. Brittany Lamborn, in her aggressive defensive form, just a little bit wide on her base, is going to get a blocking foul called on Talia Spalding. So Lamborn with her first personal foul. And an inbound here. Stoddard dribbling a left across the line. Long 3 trying to answer for Milford. Off the glass, no good. Sosi coming in and a foul. Darlene Peterson reaching her hand into the cookie jar, and she's going to get a foul here. They're going to give it to Ambria Lutz first, actually. Darlene will not get that foul. Ambria with the first foul of her own in the first quarter. Taylor McKee, excuse me, I got the names mixed up. Taylor McKee and another foul. Milford being very, very aggressive, trying to get into the paint, and they've got 3 quick fouls on the Rebels early on. We're not even under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. That one on Darlene Peterson. Another inbound on the far side of the basket, looking for something. Rich County steal, perhaps? No. Air ball. Nobody there to collect it, though, as Mackenzie Smith did a good job boxing out, but nobody went for the basketball. Spinning, working her way left. Lamborn with a jump ball. Lamborn setting her feet, very solid, and Talia Spalding is going to dribble into her arms. Spalding, good for about 10 points per game, and Brittany Lamborn is going to get that assignment for the majority of the day. Inbound near side of the basket. Long, and finally 5 seconds called. Couldn't find anybody. Rebels in the passing lanes, denying everything. Another turnover for Milford. No points for Milford and 4 turnovers very early on in this game. Not something you want to see. Rebels are going to come across the court again, looking at a 2-3 defense, a 2-3 zone from Milford. It's kind of a hybrid zone here. They're going to work the arcs, and this time McKee will shoot it and miss on the left side wing for 3. That one's just off the front of the rim. So looks like the Rebels are going to take advantage of that soft spot on the sides of the wings here. They're leaving the guards open. McKee dribbling left. Denied and kicked back out. Here's Ambria Lutz again from the right side wing. That one short, tipped off by Lamborn. Sosi with a defensive rebound. Spalding picking her way through the defense across midcourt, setting up her offense now. Settling in. Goes out to her right. This is for Wunderlich. Wunderlich high above her head. Another 3 blocked there. Ball careening down the left side baseline. A floater from Stoddard. Up and good. This is Spalding. Spalding with that floater on the left side baseline, and the first points for Milford. It was initially blocked by Darlene Peterson. Peterson inside the arc, far side. That one long. She's usually dead-eye from that point. That time she launched it a little bit too far, an air ball. And here's Milford back with the basketball. 6-2 here in our first quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. And an Independent Software Solutions timeout is going to be our first break of the first quarter. If you were here in the arena right now, Tabiona fans had just filed out in front of me here, located on the midcourt line on the opposite side of the media bench. And we just got so many fans in the arena. It is fun to be here. The Milford Tigers cheerleaders in front of their student section, located to my right, in front of their bench, opposite of their court. And the Rich Rebel fans spread out everywhere. They have not congregated together in one. I see some on the opposite side behind our own bench, and I see some located to my right on the opposite side of the court. The point of this is to tell you that it's a really fun look and a fun atmosphere. And speaking of a fun atmosphere, you can find it by talking to Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty to find a new home in the Bear Lake area. That's Gary and Amber McKee, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Call 435-946-8888 or visit bearlakerealty.com. All right, well, here we go. Out of the timeout, the Rebels up by 4 points but have given up 3 fouls. Last one given up by Darlene Peterson. And it looks like Milford is going to use that aggressiveness that worked against them in Monument Valley yesterday to get people in foul trouble and to work their way inside. That's what worked with them yesterday. Spalding kicking it out to her right, runs left. Stoddard out to Williams. Williams driving. Williams, right elbow jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Ball on the court, picked up by Darlene Peterson. She tries to run away with it. Blocking foul on Milford as they are crashing the boards hard. No easy rebounds are going to be given up by the Milford Tigers today. First foul for Milford. And a Crawford Trough inbound to McKee. McKee jogging across, met by the defense here. Another 2-3 zone look. They're going to trap those guards on the wings now. It seems like Milford is free-flowing in this zone, not really rigid in the least bit. Lamborn on the right side wing, trying to get it in. Smith up, and a foul. Smith, a drop step, tried to get in good position on the right side of the basket, and a Milford Tiger come flying in. That's Williams. That's a shooting foul as Mackenzie Smith will roll to the line. Bear Lake Realty free throw line. First one up and rattles around and drops in. That one's good from Mackenzie Smith. So Smith denied the Plains Tire points in the paint. Instead, she got the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, her second shot coming up. Good. 8-2 with 3 minutes left here in our first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Station 9 main scoreboard keeping us honest here in the Sevier Valley Center. Spalding again. She'll go to the right this time. Wunderlich keeping it in a good position at the very top of the arc. She goes right for Spalding. Spalding pumps, drives against Violet Taylor. Right side baseline, out for 3. Off the front of the rim, and last touch by Milford. That's going to bounce off of Navy Williams, who was battling Darlene Peterson for that rebound. It tipped off of her fingers and went out of bounds. We've had a substitution here. Ellie Argyle and Violet Taylor have come into the ball game. Usually the first line change that we've seen that Coach Lundgren has implemented later on in this year. Taylor working her way to the right. Argyle far beyond the arc. Wants to go inside for Darlene Peterson. Instead, a cross-court pass. McKee, dribble, hop, step. That one long. No good on that layup attempt. Outlet for Milford in front of the media bench. Way down the court to the paint. Bouncing off of the leg of Darlene Peterson. Not giving up any easy points. Yelena Sosi has not yet found her way onto the scoreboard as Milford only has 2 points. Wunderlich, high up above the defense, goes out to the right side wing. A pump and a drive by Stoddard. Trying to get around, feeds Sosi. Sosi, push shot, fading away in the paint, no good, off to the right. Here's McKee. McKee with the hard reset. Inside feed, Darlene Peterson up and underneath, kick out around the top. Good movement by the Rebels, and that's a short 3 by McKee. An offensive rebound by Ambria Lutz. Lutz bailed out, and a backdoor cut from Violet Taylor. Very pretty work. The ladies working in complete unison at the moment. 10-2, a minute 38 remaining in the first. Left side Wunderlich. She's going to be looking for some backdoor cutters. A bob and weave type of offense for Milford. It's a screen, off-ball screens aplenty, and Milford is going to run right into a wall. Darlene Peterson there, and a push. Violet Taylor, as Spalding fell to the ground. Violet Taylor tried to hop on the basketball to get a jump ball. She'll get a foul instead. Spalding cutting far out, so they're going to get it up and over the top here. Presley Wilden into the ball game for the Milford Tigers. Wilden getting the feed on the right side block, working right against Pugmire. Pugmire, good defense. Sosi there to clean up. She puts it back twice. Finally, second chance opportunity for Sosi. She gets herself on the scoreboard. Relentless. Ambria Lutz floater in the paint. That one off the front of the rim. Pugmire there to collect. Argyle trying to shoot, fading away. Sosi latched onto her arm and a foul. Pugmire and Argyle and Peterson. So that is a big three right there for your front court in terms of forwards. Very aggressive move from the Rebels. First shot up from Ellie Argyle, good. 11-4, just under a minute remaining left in the first. Free throw line is important, so is Bear Lake's Realty's deals that they have for you. Go ahead, call Gary and Amber McKee to do that. Talia Spalding. Only 4 points scored by the Milford Tigers. Good defense by the Rebels at this point. They've been very balanced. Wilden, inside feed. Nobody's going to be there. It will fly out of bounds. Wilden on the far corner looked for a back cut from Wunderlich. Wunderlich extended her arms high above her head, but she was not able to get anywhere near it. It's going to be thrown out of bounds, almost into the Rebel student section. Violet Taylor. Chest pass to the right for Ambria Lutz. Back to Lutz on the right side wing. Lutz driving right side baseline. Underneath. Nowhere to go. Intercepted and last touched by the Rebels. Aggressive move by Ambria Lutz as she worked her way from right wing underneath the basket, going right side baseline, but she got caught in no man's land. Tried to give the ball up to a feed for Darlene. Got deflected out of bounds. Milford ball. Wunderlich and Spalding taking over majority of the ball handling duties. Wilden stepping into a jumper off the glass. Ricochets off. No good on that one. Another shot. No good for Milford as they got the offensive rebound. That was a miss by Williams. A long launch at the buzzer will go careening off the backboard. No good by Ambria Lutz. So after the end of one quarter, Rich will be in the lead 12-4 over Milford. Your highlights include 2 back-to-back threes by Ambria Lutz. Again, Ambria has been on fire from beyond the arc. We'll go ahead, come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Back here again for the start of our second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Speaking of caring, you should really care about how this results will be for the quarterfinal matchup. Rich in the lead, 12-4 at the start of our second quarter. Winner will take on Tabiona in the semifinal round. McKee on the far side up to the top for Ellie Argyle. They're going to be working inside. Darlene trying to find space. McKee. Pass, and Violet Taylor gets partially blocked. McKee there to scramble inside and get that again. Darlene with good positioning. Bounces off the right side of the iron, no good. Not rewarded for her good positioning and good post play work. That was just a shot that careened off awkwardly. Dribble, drive, rolling on the back of the iron, no good for Milford. A three thought about there by Williams, driving in, picked away, and deflected. A three taken on the right side wing, bottom of the net. Good, Brindley Wunderlich. Bumping up the score, 12-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That was jungle ball there for a second, and it ended up with a huge three-pointer for Milford. Violet Taylor and Argyle working the front of the court inside Darlene Peterson, floating away about 4 feet out on the left side baseline, up with the left hand. Good. Darlene. Spalding. Right side here, Wunderlich. Feeding inside. Wilden spinning. And a foul. Darlene put her hands in a position to get wrapped up in the arms of Wilden. She'll go to the free throw line, and that's going to be Darlene's second. Darlene waving off the substitution. She's going to stay in. Bucket good by Wilden. Ambriolette coming in for Ellie Argyle. Argyle playing in a position that I haven't really seen her a lot before because Pugmire and Peterson are in the game. Argyle was working the backcourt in a point guard position. She did a very good job. Darlene getting that defensive rebound off the miss by Milford. McKee getting that wolf call as Williams tried to poke that ball from behind her at the half-court line. McKee slowing it down, looking at the defense given. Milford's coming way out to meet them. Still a 2-3 type of zone, hybrid zone. Another feed from the far side in. Darlene Peterson body bumped. She'll fall down to the court and get helped up by Spalding. A little bump on the elbow. Darlene's usually one in there too. In the bodies, down inside the paint. Darlene has been checked out. Ellie Argyle is going to get rejected after the inbounds play by Sosi. And we talked about Sosi. She's an inside scorer, rebounder. She's a force in the paint and a leader for Milford. That time she does her job. Again, Argyle throwing it up. And I think another blocking foul will come up as there's been back-to-back fouls by Milford. Each team having given up 5 points each. Rich trying to get some points on the board. They're going to have a Crawford Trough inbound on the far side of the basket. Whitney Stoddard coming into the ball game. She started. Kick out far side three. Lutz off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound. Argyle. Argyle working into the body of Milford, will not get a call. She throws that one up, no good. Here's Milford on the outlet and drive. Right side baseline, up and underneath, partially blocked. Wunderlich rejected by the Rich Rebels inside the paint. Violet Taylor, right side wing extended. Ellie Argyle gets bumped. And a foul coming up against Milford. Might have been a late foul because the two officials that were closest to Ellie Argyle did not call it. We finally get a call from our official on the opposite end of the court, who I think sat on that whistle call for as long as he could. Lamborn into the ball game. Crawford Trough inbound on the near side of the basket. McKee out for Argyle on the near corner. To her left for Lutz, back to McKee in the near corner. Lutz has some room, driving, splitting, going up into the body, and another foul on Milford. They're racking up fouls at the moment, and this is going to be a shooting foul nonetheless, but I think that this foul is going to put Rich into the double, into the 1-and-1 bonus. Second foul on Presley Wilden. Ambriolette's missing that first shot from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, shaking off the nerves. That was very fast. She got the ball and immediately put that thing up. Substitution coming up. Alyssa Sherwood for Presley Wilden. Second shot from Lutz. Good. Going 50% from the line. And inbound in front of the media side on the right side. On the right sideline. Now working her way back into the middle. Wunderlich denied. Collects herself on the right side wing. Feeding inside. Sherwood on the left block. Passing it underneath herself. Sosi into the body of Argyle and in. Here comes the Rich Rebels now back into their offensive set. Score is close, 15-10. Lamborn right side, inside for Smith, who's going to go high with that jumper. An offensive rebound by McKee. McKee partially blocked. Another attempt and another foul as Ellie Argyle got the miss from McKee's shot. and she'll go to the line. Milford closing the gap, but giving up a lot of fouls and putting a lot of people in foul trouble that could come back to bite them later on in this game. Ellie Argyle's first shot, front of the rim, backboard and in. 16-10, 4:47 left in our second quarter. Second shot, Argyle off the front, short. Sosi with the rebound, outlet to her right. Wunderlich driving, losing the basketball. Kick out, 3. Ambria poking that ball away. No, that's Lamborn who was able to poke that ball away from Talia Spalding. Ball will stay with Milford right in front of the Rich Rebel bench. Wunderlich slaps the ball, gets people moving. High up and in. Sosi fading away. Far sideline, now in. Up and to the top, a reset. Stoddard driving left on the left elbow, pulling back out to the right. Inside, move, partially deflected, and a jump ball coming up, I assume. Yep. Jump ball, it will stay with Milford. Doggy pile right on the left elbow. Mackenzie Smith found herself at the bottom of it, but got the possession arrow to change. Independent Software Solutions timeout taken here by Milford. We'll take it as well. Come back to you in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
4:19 remaining left in the second quarter. Before halftime, the Rich Rebels up 16-10. Inbound there to the left side wing. Dribble drive to the right. Stoddard stopping. Lamborn there to deny. Ball again on the floor. Lamborn there and another jump ball. Dual possession. Now we'll go to the Rebels. Mackenzie Smith. Crawford Trough inbound for Taylor McKee. Dude, speaking of the Crawford Trough, if anybody's in Randolph right now, go get a burger on my behalf because, man, that sounds delicious. Ambria Lutz, right side wing. Crossover going to her right, collecting the basketball again in the near corner. Back out to the left. McKee driving up and over the top, trying to get it over the top of Sosi. Sosi using her height, deflecting that one. Change of possession now into the arms of Milford. Way down the court. Ball will stay and go out of bounds. Last touch by Milford. That was like a baseball pass way down the court. McKee will inbound to Lutz right in front of the Rich Rebel student section located on the near corner on the Rebel side of the court. Lutz will take it across the half circle now. To the right for McKee. High above her head, swinging it around to the left. Lutz gets behind her defender, driving against Sosi, up and underneath. Sosi with a block. Again, big defensive presence by Sosi. Looked like a surefire bucket for Lutz, but it gets blocked. Brittany Lamborn standing her ground, and she took a shot. Offensive foul and a charge. Brittany Lamborn read that defense, and it looked like the ball carrier, the dribbler Wunderlich, kept her eyes on the ground, and she didn't know where she was going. So Brittany Lamborn read the collision course and stood as a brick wall and took that one right in the chest. An offensive foul and a turnover for Milford. Good work by Lamborn. Lutz on the right side wing extended. Going to come up and get a screen from Smith, who was going to pick and roll. Nobody there. Back to Smith, who comes back out to meet her. Smith driving up and over the top for Darlene, and Sosi again there to deny that basketball. She matches Darlene Peterson in height. Can't get it up over the top. Any pass you're trying to get into the paint, you're going to have to lob it way over the head and count on some hand-eye coordination. Up and over the top and working around the horn. Lutz thought about the three. She really did. She was just a tad behind the arc. That would have been good for a collegiate three. Instead, intercepted by Sosi. Sosi going to go coast to coast against Lamborn, and Lutz will steal that one away. Lutz coming behind the ball carrier of Sosi, picking that one off. Rebels back on offense, and points for the Rebels have come very, very difficultly here in this second quarter. Ambria Lutz out to the right side for McKee, flashing inside, Lamborn. A foul, Sosi running over an off-ball screen, and a foul on Sosi. That's her second. And that's going to be double bonus coming up for the Rebels. So any fouls that are given up now within 2:20, you're going to be getting 2 cracks at the basket for the Rebels. Violet Taylor set to check in after the first shot. Lutz rattling it off the back of the iron and in. 17-10. Pugmire also coming into the ball game for Smith. Taylor, Pugmire in, Smith and Lamborn out. Ambria Lutz, one more shot from the line. Good, bottom of the bucket. Very solid work from Ambria Lutz. I've been nothing but impressed with this Rich Rebel team early on in this tournament. Even though this second quarter points have come in a more difficult fashion, they've still stood their ground even in the face of adversity. Right side wing in front of the media table, Stoddard, guarded by McKee. Stoddard, left elbow, gave it up, and a foul. McKee reaching in. The Rebels probably got away with a few slaps on the arm there, but that final one is going to be enough for our officials to call it. That's going to be a foul on McKee, her first of the ball game. Navy Williams checking back into the ball game. We got a starting lineup, I believe, here for Milford. Dribble drive around, floating away, high over the basket. Sosi there with the offensive rebound after the miss. McKee stepping into the passing lane. She's got some room down the left sideline. Up and with the left hand. No, just dances around, no good. McKee called off Violet Taylor because she thought that that ball was going to stay in the possession of the Rich Rebels. Instead, it's going to go back to Milford. They had a chance maybe to save it. McKee, A+ effort, stealing the basketball, dribbling, ball handling great. That ball just hung on the rim and fell off, not in the right place. Still 18-10, 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Navy Williams, left side wing, backdoor cut. Ball goes sailing out the back line. Her and Whitney Stoddard not on the same page as that was thrown way behind her. Lutz into McKee for a Crawford Trough inbound. Right into the middle of the half circle, working her way right. Violet Taylor in for Darlene Peterson, who's come back into the ball game after her elbow bump on the floor. McKee dribbling past Sosi. Sosi from behind blocks McKee. It will go out the back line. A little bit of contact, but no call on that one. McKee has been able to get past her defenders pretty consistently, but Sosi able to do the LeBron-esque chase down block from behind. McKee, a little bit of a mismatch, kick out around the horn to the right. Lutz sets her feet. No good. Ball goes way out of bounds, and Pugmire does her best to try and save it. Instead, the ball will bounce off the hardwood into the Milford student section. Turnover for the Rebels. Still 18-10. Points have not come in droves in this game. Although the points haven't been scored in droves for Rich, their defense has been stellar. Williams, right side elbow and a foul. McKee coming in, scraped her on the arms. Haiti Pugmire will get that one. Navy Williams to the line for 2 shots. Back iron shoots off right at Pugmire, who's located on the right side of the key. No good. Navy Williams has brought some energy for this team. Now she's trying to get some points. She gets the second one, goes 50%, 18-11, 41 seconds left. McKee, no rush whatsoever because the timeout will be called, an Independent Software Solutions timeout, that is. Let Brian be your IT guy. Call 307-789-1978 today. We'll come back in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
38 seconds remaining before our halftime show. Remember, at halftime, legendary head coach Cindy Stewart will be honored as part of the UHSAA Circle of Fame. Very, very impressive. We wish more than anything that we'd be able to videotape it. I believe that presentation will be covered, if you want to watch it, on 1aball.com. They have the live stream to do that and the capabilities to do so. Perhaps they'll be able to cover it, and we can honor Coach Stewart. So 35 seconds, the Rebels inbound. They have no need to hurry necessarily. McKee, chest passed out to Argyle on the left side wing. Back around as McKee worked behind the baseline, inside feed, read well by Williams. Williams with an interception and a turnover. The Rebels give the ball away. Milford now with the basketball with 20 seconds left. Hesitation there by Milford Tigers. Right side, left side, Spalding. Spalding's going to go one-on-one versus Violet Taylor. Dribble, stop, up into the body, no good. A rebound by Argyle. 1 second left. McKee will huck it. She won't be able to get it there, too far away, and your halftime score will be Rich 18-11 for Milford. Rich in the lead. All right, well, thank you for joining us. We'll come back, take our quick little break. As soon as Coach Stewart comes out onto the court, we'll go ahead and honor her and have her moment. We'll come back to you for the conclusion of this game on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as they are immediately going to go back out onto the court. It's going to be an induction ceremony for the UHSAA Circle of Fame. Coach Cindy Stewart, longtime volleyball coach and all-around member of this community that has helped out so very, very much. Dale Lamborn will be presenting that award to her, as well as Principal Larson. Crowd applauses, and it is just a beautiful moment as Coach Stewart is there. We'll go ahead and up our crowd mic so you can hear.
Coach Stewart was a head volleyball coach for 33 years. In the 30 years as a head volleyball coach for the Rebels, her teams won 15 state championships, appeared in 20 state championship games, and finished in the Final Four 27 of the 30 years. Upon retirement in 2018, she had set the UHSAA state volleyball coaching record for the most victories at 712. When asked why she has given such great service to high school activities, Cindy states, "I really never thought of it as service. My husband, mother, and father-in-law and my children deserve this award for their service so I can do me." Beyond her scheme and strategy, Cindy was known for her coaching demeanor and the positive relationships she built with opposing coaches and especially her student athletes. Coach Stewart writes, "I love kids, I love competition, I love the Rebels and the many, many volleyball players and students at Ridge High School that I was blessed to teach and coach." She has 4 children and 10 grandchildren, many of whom are joining on the court with her today, including her sister Janet, for her dedication and commitment to high school activities and her love of the students who participated in them. Please join us now as we honor and induct Cindy Stewart into the UHSAA Circle of Fame.
Standing ovation for Coach Stewart in the entire arena as she holds up her induction plaque, gives the thumbs up and a wave to everybody, the Rich Rebel fans and everybody alike, standing up to cheer her on. What an amazing coaching career Coach Stewart had. Her family out there to give her lots of love out onto the court. Just a really, really touching moment as we are part of something really, really special for Coach Stewart. The service that she gave in coaching, part of the Rich County and Randolph communities, just very, very impressive. And it's just really cool to see that appreciation recognized here at a presentation at State by Superintendent Lamborn and Coach and Principal Larson. Very, very fun stuff as the Rich Rebels will go ahead and take the court in about 8 minutes. We'll come back in just a moment after a brief message from our sponsors. Just a little correction, if you want to watch the live stream, you can go ahead to ksl.com. They have the links on there. And if you want to watch the game, you can totally do that. Let's go ahead and come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3.com.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back here to our halftime coverage brought to you today here by the Crawford Trough. Crawford Trough at the place to eat and drink in Randolph. I would love one of their burgers right now. My Local Radio also helping us out here as part of our halftime show, and the town of Randolph here to cover our first half highlights. First half highlights include a lot of points scored in the first quarter by the Rich Rebels, taking advantage of those soft points in the 2-3 zone that Milford was putting out there. Ambria Lutz with back-to-back threes, setting the tone early in this game. And, with those back-to-back threes, she scored almost 50% of all points by the Rich Rebels in the first half. At this current moment, Rich is up 18-11 over Milford. In about 4 minutes, we're going to go ahead and get ready for our Epic Recreation third quarter. Again, KSL Sports covering the live feed. If you wish to watch this game, more than welcome to do so. You can watch the KSL feed, keep the audio for mylocalradio.com on, and you can kind of get the best of both worlds in terms of that type of coverage. Both of these teams looking really, really good. It's a very hard-fought defensive game. I would not say it has been terribly sloppy at all. It just feels as though that the Milford Tigers clamped down in the second quarter defensively to limit Rich's offensive production. Milford has been struggling a little bit the entirety of the first half, getting any type of points going for them, hence the score of only 11 points. The Rich Rebels normally keeping the pace of about 12 points per quarter. Right now, they're sitting at about 9 points on average. If you were to take a look at this entirety of the game, Ambria Lutz leading in scoring. And, a very interesting thing that the Rich Rebels have done as well is that they've put Ellie Argyle out in the backcourt. What I mean by that is she's in a point guard position, more or less a shooting guard position. She's not in the paint as much as we've found her in the regular season. I think that is to combat the defensive mindedness and the intense rebounding that Milford has exhibited in this tournament, especially against Monument Valley yesterday, in which we saw. We'll come back in just a second for the rest of the keys of the game. Get ready for the third quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on 98.3 The Q and mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
One minute remaining till the kickoff of our second half. The Rich Rebels and the Milford Tigers. Looking forward to seeing them go at each other for the second half. Again, the winner will take on Tabiona tomorrow. And the consolation championship will include the loser of this matchup and Escalante. So that will be the lineup for that. Keep in mind, we also have the boys program scheduled for later on tonight. They're going to be playing at 8:30 p.m. down at the high school, at Richfield High School, in that gym. It got really loud there last night with some really intense games prior to the Rich Rebel and ICS game. As part of our quarterfinals, thank you for joining us here. Buzzer will sound and we'll get ready to go. Special thanks to the town of Randolph and mylocalradio.com. An advertisement is an invitation for folks to do business with you. Advertise where your message will be seen or heard during high school sports coverage at mylocalradio.com. Call 307-789-8116. All right, into the third quarter we will go. Epic Recreation third quarter, that is. Let's make your vacation an epic one to remember. Find them on Facebook or call them at 435-946-EPIC. Milford will start off with the basketball. That's going to be a quick drive from Williams and a feed from Sosi, and a partial block but a body foul on Smith, who did not give up the easy points. Sosi will go to the line. That's the first foul on Mackenzie Smith of the ball game. Sosi, second trip to the line, I believe. Sosi, first shot, good, bottom of the net. She kind of has an interesting form, kind of holds it close to her body, kind of does a almost a pump fake, and then throws that ball into the hoop. Second one, long, no good. Lamborn tracks it down. Outlet for McKee on the right side. They're going now right to left on your radio dial. Right-hand dribble across the half-court line. Hesitation, goes to the left for Lutz. Lutz, low below the waist. Screen from Darlene Peterson, drives, kick out for Lamborn. Lamborn will do the same thing, and now it will free up Smith on the left side for three. Three ball, good! Mackenzie Smith. T7 Propane three ball. Smith found herself open in the near corner, launched that ball up, and it found the bottom of the bucket. Looked good, felt good, and is good. First bucket of the game for the Rebels. Wunderlich up to the very top here. Spalding working up against Lamborn. Two dribbles out to the right side now. Stoddard thought about the three, will drive right side baseline. Poked away by McKee, and that will go rolling right into our official there. They're going to stand right on the E of Snow College on the baseline. Slapping the ball, Sosi in the near corner, kind of the outlet. It will instead go over the top for Williams. Williams, Smith, reaching in, deflected, out of bounds again. Multiple deflections by the Rich Rebel defense and Milford. And it's been a very hard-fought defensive game, and the Rich Rebels, with that big three, have already got up to 21 points. Seems to have widened the gap a little bit to 9. Stoddard pulling it back out. Goes right. McKee there to guard her. Right side wing in trouble. Williams for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. And a bump, Lamborn and Spalding bang hips right on the left elbow, going for that rebound, and it will be a foul on Brittany Lamborn, her second. Inbound for Milford. Over the top, Sosi working against Darlene Peterson. A kick out for three. No, again, deflected. McKee out in front. 3-on-2 opportunity. She's got a lane. Coast to coast. Up and long. No good. Ball again up for grabs. Poked away and stolen from behind. A pit pocket from Ambria Lutz. Lutz says, I will take that possession. Thank you very much. Chest passed up for McKee. Now back to Lutz on the right side in front of her own bench. Wing, one dribble hop, and a three. I think that was partially tipped. I think that Lutz said that they had tipped the basketball, and it looked as though it had been because that ball was way short. It goes out the back line, but they're saying it's going to be with Milford. Williams into the corner, inside for Sosi. Sosi into the body of Darlene Peterson. Darlene able to get her arms and contest two shots, but a cleanup shot on the offensive rebound by Stoddard is good. Lutz, crossover on the right side wing. She's going to drive inside, floating away, up and high, no good. Milford and Mackenzie Smith both there. That's Williams and Smith kind of simultaneously knocking that out of bounds. It will stay with the Rich Rebels for a Crawford Trough inbound on the far side of the basket. Lutz, high over the top for Smith, right in front of her bench. And another deflection by Milford. Good defense by either of these teams. That's why the score is so low. I wouldn't say that it's been sloppy. There's been good looks. I guess the ball hasn't fallen a few times, but it's mostly just been great defense by either team. McKee, kick out for three. Same spot for Smith, and that time it's just a little bit short. Lamborn and Lutz trapping in the near corner, and then the outlet for Williams. They're pushing it down the court. They've got numbers. A pump and perhaps a travel. Did not get called. feet inside the paint for Talia Spalding. Up and good. Now 21-15, 5:12 left here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. McKee, crossover to the left. Out for Lamborn on the near side. 3 beyond the arc. She's going to take it all the way around counterclockwise, run into a wall, and it's going to get stripped away. Stoddard and Spalding working in tandem. Spalding partially blocked by Darlene Peterson. Sosi and Lamborn running into each other, just accidental contact, and here's Milford on a run of their own. They're up to 18. 21-18, then the first Independent Software Solutions timeout. Rich needs to think about this as Milford's gone on a little bit of a run, making it close. We'll come back in just a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back. A 7-point swing for Milford now has the game close, 21-18. The Rebels still in the lead. Again, the winner of this game will play in the semifinal matchup against Tabiona, 5:30 tomorrow in the Sevier Valley Center. Crawford Trough inbound for McKee. She's going to stroll across the timeline right in front of the media bench, going down the right sideline. Pumps left, goes inside, kick out for Lutz for 3. Lutz has been on fire this time. No good. Offensive rebound Smith, falling away, high off the glass, up in the air. Again, another offensive rebound by the Rebels. McKee tracking it down on the right baseline, throws up a little bit of a floater. It dances up there, makes it a little bit, makes you pucker up just a little bit, but it will eventually fall, 23-18. Wunderlich up to the top, a 3 taken there by Milford, no good. Outlet, Darlene Peterson to the right for McKee. McKee splitting in between defenders, goes right into the paint, up and off the glass and good. Here's McKee starting to heat up. And that's something that we haven't seen in the first half. If McKee is able to get some offensive production really rolling, boy, oh boy, the Rebels are in business. Spalding in trouble, a foul. Brittany Lamborn is going to pick up her third foul, reaching inside as Spalding kind of lost the handles on the basketball. It was kind of up for grabs, and it was just too tantalizing to not jump on. And Brittany Lamborn is going to get her third personal foul. Smith will also come out, and then we get a little bit of a substitution. Violet Taylor and Ellie Argyle into the ballgame. Milford high up and over the top. Talia Spalding gets a screen, goes to her way to the right. Euro step underneath, no good. Ball popped out, and Violet Taylor and Williams will tie each other up for a jump ball. Jump balls today brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in everything that they do. Rebels will retain that possession. 3:43 left in the third quarter. Williams has checked out of the ball game. She's going to take a quick breather, as that was her third personal foul as well. McKee, right side to Violet Taylor. Dump pass. Again, a partial block on a driving kick-out 3 here. Good from Ambria Lutz. Ambria Lutz, again, another T-Civ and Propane 3. That was incredibly fast. McKee drove in, got partially blocked. It got rumbled around. It got kicked out from inside. And Lutz was there to get that one away. Violet Taylor rolling on the ground, able to kick it out for Lutz. Lutz, against 3 Milford Tigers, decides to eat that basketball. Almost a dangerous pass. Taylor McKee getting past her defender, and it's going to dribble off of her toe and go out of bounds as she tried to work on the right side of the key towards the basket. Had a lot of space and not something you see very often at all. McKee just going to bounce it off of her toe, goes out of bounds. 28-18, a 10-point lead for the Rich Rebels. Under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Spalding goes right for Sosi. Sosi, aggressive move down the right side baseline and a travel violation. Sosi picked up her foot, took one more, travel, and an Independent Software Solutions timeout. It's tough to take a forced timeout at work because your computer goes down. Solve the problem and avoid unwanted timeouts. Call Independent Software Solutions today, 307-789-1978. Back in a moment on a 98.3 The Wildlife.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Back again into our third quarter, 28-18, 2:44 left here before the end of this quarter. Milford going on a little bit of a run, a 7-point swing, made it a little bit close, and now an answer of 7 points for the Rich Rebels. After another huge three by Ambria Lutz on the far corner, that bumps that score up and that lead to 10. We're going to get a Crawford Trough inbound on the near side of the basket on the Rich Rebels side of the court. Here comes Milford with a little bit of pressure. Ambria Lutz goes up and over the top for Taylor McKee behind the back dribble. McKee kind of stuttered, wanted to throw that pass out to the right side. A back cut for Violet Taylor. Down in the block, finds Argyle. Argyle finding room, dancing on the rim, no good. Darlene tips it into the arms of Wilden. Trying to stop that fast break, stolen away. An inside feed intended for Sosi. Darlene was there, picks it up off of her knees. Ambria Lutz, right side wing, and a reset up at the top for Taylor McKee. McKee, another dribble drive, this time good on the splitting the double team. Left-handed layup. Taylor McKee finding her groove here in the third quarter. 6 points alone in the third quarter for Taylor McKee. Milford working left, Spalding to Stoddard. Stoddard kind of tripped up McKee, and a shot, push shot for Sosi against Darlene Peterson. Falls short, down the court, very far. Violet Taylor up and underneath. Fast break points, getting out in front of the crowd. That one's good, 32-18. The lead beginning to grow for the Rich Rebels. Milford wanting an answer. Spalding looking inside for Sosi again. Sosi will get a foul as a massive collapse of the defense on top of her right on the right side block. Sosi will go to the line for 2 shots. Darlene Peterson's third foul. We get a substitution coming in. Cassidy Grohl and Haiti Pugmire are set to check into the ballgame in just a moment. Sosi. Short, bounces off into the paint. Darlene's going to come off, and so is McKee. Grohl and Pugmire have come into the ball game. Another shot coming up for Sosi. Sosi, a little pump fake up and good. She went 50% last time. She'll do it again this time, 32-19. Ambria Lutz taking over point guard duties right at the top of the S. From right to left on your radio dial. Right-hand dribble. Milford coming out to meet her. She's going to go up and around. Now in trouble. Goes up for the top for Ellie Argyle. Ellie, inside feed. Pugmire, another dribble pass. Grohl! My goodness. Very good work from the Rich Rebels. A hockey assist from Lutz to Grohl, and a 3 taken in complete answer to that score just a second ago, and 5 really quick points for either team. 34-22. Dribble drive, and 1. Splitting a triple team, Ambria Lutz.
Ambria Lutz with the basket. And the foul, 25. Presley Wilden going to the line to shoot.
Going to the line, Ambria Lutz, who has become a focal point for many in this tournament. She's been doing fantastic. Gets the cherry points, cherry on top points for that one. 37-22. Wilden floating away, throwing it up off the glass. Sosi is there. She gets the offensive rebound and a body bump from the Rich Rebels. It's going to be on Pugmire or Argyle. Pugmire picks up her second, trying to keep Sosi in check. Inbounds, goes shooting out the sideline. And you know what? I was watching what happened there, and Ellie Argyle was doing twinkle fingers in front of Sosi's face, and I think it might have caused a little bit of a faux pas, or a gaffe. Here comes the Rich Rebels inside, and it's going to be stolen away by Sosi. Coming inside, 2-on-2, and Grohl pokes that one away. Grohl with some speed of her own, poking that thing away, stops the fast break. 37-22. 11 seconds left before the end of the third quarter. Sosi working against Argyle, fading away, throwing it short. Wilden and Violet Taylor. And Violet Taylor's going to be awarded with an over-the-back call on Wilden. That's the defensive, that is the basketball IQ and effort that comes from championship play. That's smart basketball from Violet Taylor. Taylor into Lutz. She has 5 seconds to get across the line. She wants to go out. It's going to be deflected high up in the air, and that will be the end. I think that got off on a half-court heave by Whitney Stoddard. It will fall very short after the end of 3. Some points now starting to fall for the Rich Rebels, 37-22 for Rich. In that third quarter, Taylor McKee starting to light it up. Got her groove going. We'll come back to you for the conclusion of this game in the fourth quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Buzzer sounds, and thus we will start the start of our fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Again, if you're just joining us, catch us later on tonight as the boys will be playing Tin Tick at Richfield High School at 8:30 p.m. for the consolation bracket portion of this tournament. McKee will go far out to the right for Violet Taylor, and an offensive foul. Violet Taylor just had her eyes set on driving that basketball, and it was a little bit too aggressive. Williams able to step in front of her, and she got the offensive foul, but just like Brittany Lamborn earlier today, she paid the price for it, took it right in the chest. That's the sixth team foul given up by the Rebels, so one more will have bonus points coming up for Milford. Spalding, left side wing, up and over the top, a screen and a foul. Mackenzie Smith reaching inside on that layup attempt, and that will put the team foul portion up to 7 for the Rich Rebels. It was nonetheless a shooting foul either way. 2 shots coming up here for Talia Spalding. First one up and good for Spalding. Second one, Spalding off to the right, shooting away, long rebound. Smith keeping it away from hands reaching in from Milford. Defensive rebound and a swap of possessions. Here's the Rich Rebels with McKee at the helm. McKee working her way left, crossing over, spinning behind her back, out to Grohl. Grohl has a little bit of space inside, finds Smith. Good vision by Cassidy Grohl. Found herself with 3 Milford Tigers coming up on her just in front of the free throw line, went out to the right side block. Smith was all alone, and an easy bucket. 39-23. Pump fake by Williams, had Smith up in the air, got underneath it and decides to pass it. Spalding, high off the glass, another foul coming up. No good on the basket, but she'll go to the line again. Just under 7 minutes. McKee will pick up her second foul. Talia Spalding. That one shoots off the front of the rim to the right. Tingy has come into the ball game for Violet Taylor. Tylee Tingy. Second shot from Spalding. Wet, bottom of the net. Good. 39-24. McKee again, coming from right to left. They're giving her space. She's going to take the long three. That's going to bounce off the left side of the backboard. No good. An offensive rebound. And put up shot, no good. And then a reach-in foul on Ellie Argyle. So the one thing that could definitely get Milford back into this game is killing the clock and having chance at free points. They're getting that right now. Sosi will go to the line for this trip for Milford. Milford makes that first one. Sosi using every part of any type of material to get that thing to bounce in. Does so, 25-39. Second one, good. 2 for 2 for Sosi. Grohl with the inbound to collect. Darlene Peterson and Ambria Lutz will set to check into the game. Smith inside. A cut from Grohl was tempting. Instead, pass up to the top for Tingy. Smith at the very top of the arc. Looks left, goes right. One-hand dribble for McKee on the left side wing extended. McKee working her way around the arc to the right, trying to drive inside. Grohl pumps the three, goes up, and a foul. Grohl had the defense on their heels, and the best thing that Milford could do was latch onto her arm. Spalding will pick up her first personal foul of the game, and we're going to go maybe perhaps into the free throw shooting portion of this ball game. Cassidy Grohl, the senior, at the line. First shot up and good. Up to 40 now for the Rich Rebels, 40-26 to be exact. Our station on main scoreboard keeping us honest as we have a chance for one more from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Second opportunity looks long and is, but a shooter's touch bounce, shot high up into the air and then hung on the rim and then finally fell into the basket. 41-26 and 2 for 2 for Cassidy Grohl, who had the basketball gods smile down upon her. Williams beyond the arc on the left side wing, up at the very top of the arc now with the pass. Wunderlich loses the basketball. Smith there. We've got 4 bodies on the floor as they kind of ran all over into each other. Smith will give it off to Lutz, who will stand right near the sideline here. Lutz has checked into the ballgame as well as Darlene Peterson. Lutz will take over point guard duties. Her and McKee will take it over. McKee high up, Statue of Liberty, just kind of balances off her fingertips, able to collect it. McKee back to Lutz. Lutz getting behind the defense, kick out to the right side, McKee. McKee near baseline, far baseline for Tingy. Tingy has her pass deflected up into the body and a foul before the shot on Milford. Lamborn will check in. McKee is going to come out of the ball game. She's been stellar here. Lamborn high up above Darlene Peterson, floating away. No good. Rattles around. An offensive rebound by Ambria Lutz, who goes out to the right side wing. Deflected again high up in the air. Lutz dribbles right, crossover, gets a screen from Darlene. A little pick and roll action, and Darlene puts that one, pushes it to the left too far. It bounces off into the arms of Sosi. Milford working their way now across the court. Out to the left for Williams. Williams steps into a three, short. Ball will go out of bounds. Lamborn balancing on the line. Now bouncing in the far corner. Lutz able to collect herself, get her balance. Lamborn across. Here comes Milford, and a timeout as time was starting to tick. As you, when you do a balancing act so far on the line so many times, time will continue to tick, and Rich will take that timeout. We'll come back in just a second, 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Grooving our way back to the continuation of the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Rich up 41-26 over Milford. On the court for the Rebels, Tingy, Lutz, Peterson, Lamborn, and Smith. Here comes a little bit of a pressure, full court pressure that is, from the Milford Tigers. Lamborn far up and gets across the timeline. They're now safe 3-on-2, but instead Lamborn will pull it back out safely into the possession of the arms of the offense of the Rebels. Lutz driving here on the left elbow, pulls it back out from the wing. Right hand dribble crossover, a screen from Darlene Peterson. Inside, Lutz. Lost the basketball. Has to tie her shoe. A turnover there as Lutz kind of got caught up underneath the basket. Pugmire in for Tingy. .420 left here in our regulation ball game. Timeout taken by Milford. We'll take it as well. Come back in just a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Lady Basketball.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Back here again, close to the conclusion of this ball game between the Rich Rebels and the Milford Tigers. Milford trying to get some points here, and the points have really exploded in the second half for both of these teams. They've started to fall more consistently, that being that the Rich Rebels have made a little bit more than Milford, hence the score. That's a hot take for you. High in the middle, rising, catching it on the jump, Stoddard out to the left and will dribble to the left side wing. Into the left elbow for Williams, out to Sosi. Sosi into the arms and body of Smith. Straight up, though, good contest, no bucket, and a defensive rebound from Peterson. Lutz crossing over, bouncing off of her legs. Lamborn bails her out. She's on the right side. A little pick and roll action. Darlene, little stop, hop, scop. And a foul on Milford before Darlene could score. A flying body coming in. That's Williams. Williams bumped Darlene almost in the shoulder area with her thigh and her knee area. So a foul before the shot, and we get a Crawford Trough inbound coming up. McKee to inbound. Goes way over near the media bench. Smith able there to help out. McKee had Smith because Milford is coming out to meet the guards for the Rich Rebels way beyond the arc. I think the Rich Rebels are trying to dribble some clock out. Instead, a drive in and a little bounce pass to Smith. Smith has found herself open a couple times on the right side block, and she's put it up with ease as Milford has kind of lost track of people in their defensive set. A travel violation on the right side wing, trying to go inside. by Spalding. Violet Taylor inbound. McKee almost doubled. McKee will dribble out of the full court pressure. Has room. Goes out to the right. Darlene Peterson. Ball kept alive. Sosi deflected it. Darlene climbs the ladder. Grabs it high above her head on the far corner, and a reset for the Rich Rebels. Driving right side wing. Kick back up to the top to the half circle. McKee. McKee driving right. Has room. Finding Smith in the same spot again. Smith putting it off the glass again with ease from about 2 feet away. That one's good, 45-26. Cassie Grohl set to check into the ball game in just a moment. Stoddard inside the arc. Sosi saving it, falling out of bounds on the near corner. Baseball pass down the court for Lutz, and another layup for Mackenzie Smith, who just finds herself open right inside the paint. That's Plains Tires points in the paint. Vehicles, tires, wheels, all with a smile. 47-26. And Rich has pushed it now to a 21-point lead. Spalding spinning into the paint, up into the body of Violet Taylor. An offensive rebound by Sosi and a foul given up. No good on the bucket. To the line she will stroll. Darlene picks up her fourth. We're near the end of the ball game. I don't think she's gonna get checked out. We're gonna get a hockey lineup change again. Only person staying in there is Violet Taylor. Pugmire, Tingy, Argyle, Grohl in there, and the seniors strolling off the floor. Met with a applause from our crowd. Second shot from Sosi, off the back iron and good. 47-27. Baseball lob. Pugmire got way behind the defense. Throws it up. Easy layup. Good. 49-27. Everybody kept in the back court, and a lob way down the full length of the court led to some points. Jumper on the left side elbow. Long rebound. Shooting into the arms of Tingy. No good. Here comes the Rebels. Rebels in front of the media bench. Violet smartly throwing it across the half-court timeline instead of getting caught up in the dead zone in front of the media bench. Grohl, Taylor, and Tingy are going to play keep away. Tingy driving inside, now back out for Grohl. So with 1 minute remaining, I feel fairly confident to say that the Rich Rebels are going to be meeting the Tabiona Tigers tomorrow at 5:30 here in the Sevier Valley Center for a semifinal matchup. A foul on Sosi, just a body foul there right at midcourt. And 1-on-1 coming up. As Violet Taylor will stroll to the line, what you're going to see is the third meeting between the Tabiona Tigers and the Rich Rebels this year. The teams split the record 1-1 each. In the regular season, each team only winning by one possession either time, whether that have been in Rich, a Rich Rebel win, or a win in Tabiona. So I guess literally they're going to do best 2 of 3 between the Rich Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers. Now, if you're a Rich Rebel fan, Violet Taylor shooting that one in a lane violation will go into the arms of Milford. Our JV squad set to check into the ball game here, and when I say hockey lineup change, I really mean it. All 5 coming out. Out onto the floor, Hannah Scott, Casey Wilson, Sage Lundgren, Janie Wallentyne, and Araya Ostler. So, final minute left here. Milford will take it down the court. Spalding driving up against Wilson. A layup, rolling around, and a foul given up by Casey Wilson. Casey says no. I don't think that I fouled, but Stoddard will go to the line. Tabiona, in case you're just wondering, Tabiona played just prior to this game, and they escaped by the skin of their teeth against Escalante. A huge 3 by Cicely Fabrizio at the very end gave enough breathing room for the Tabiona Tigers to come away with the win. They won by just one possession. Casey Wilson trying to get past the Milford defense. Sage Lundgren and Casey Wilson throwing it down the floor. Intercepted there by Wilden. Wilden, right side for Williams, inside the arc, just on the right side corner. No good. Sage Lundgren with a defensive rebound. Wallentyne can't track it down. A turnover there. Ball goes right on to our official sitting in the media bench. 20 seconds remaining here. All right. Final seconds ticking off for Milford. A scrum for the basketball and a jump ball here on the left side wing. I see Araya Osler, Casey Wilson on top of Wilden, and a couple other Milford Tigers at the bottom of that doggy pile. Wilden, far corner, driving baseline, gets pulled back out. Up and around, back to Wilden. Wilden, Wilson. No good on that shot, and that is your final score. The Rich Rebels will move on to the semifinal round, 49-28. That is your score here. Rich will advance to play Tabiona tomorrow. We'll come back for our final thoughts, our precision play of the game, and hang out until the boys' game later on tonight. We'll see you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome to the post-game show today. First up on our post-game coverage, our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. That's Jimmy John's and Evanston gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day, 113 Front Street, where fresh and fast meet. The Rich Rebels take the win against the Milford Tigers 49-28 to set up a highly anticipated semifinal matchup against the Tabiona Tigers on tomorrow at 5:30 here in the Sevier Valley Center. In the first quarter, the Rich Rebels jump up 12-4, and then in the second quarter, defensive prowess of Milford trying to rear its head, show some things. Only 6 points scored in the entirety of the second quarter by the Rich Rebels, 18-11. Milford kind of came back into it after scoring 7 points of their own, outscoring the Rich Rebels in that department. Then in the third quarter, offense starts to explode for both teams. 37-22 for Rich at the end of one. Taylor McKee checking out and becoming the senior leader that we've seen all year, very consistent, and scoring some points in that third quarter. Fourth quarter, more or less, we see a few of our underclassmen coming in, game put on ice. 49-28, the Rich Rebels advance. That is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Now, for our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game, I'm going to give it to the 2 opening threes by Ambria Lutz at the very beginning of the game. No point after that did the Rich Rebels look back. They were off to the races, and Ambria Lutz, not only in that instance, was able to really set the tone, but also the entirety of the game. The precision play of the game going to those 3 T7 propane threes at the very beginning of the first quarter by Ambrio Lutz. Now, moving on to our player of the game, sponsored by LSR Refrigerated, Dara, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. The player of the game is going to go to Taylor McKee. McKee kept her head, was able to facilitate this offense as she's done it all year before, and adding offensive prowess in that third quarter. That is who they needed from McKee, and McKee was there to do so. These seniors really coming out strong for the Rich Rebels, and they're going to be taking on Tabiona. And Tabiona was in a dogfight earlier today. I don't think that they're going to be necessarily tired, but Tabiona was pushed to their limits against Escalante, whom I thought had that game in the bag with about 45 seconds left. And then Cicely Fabrizio knocks down a huge one to put them out in front and give a little bit of breathing room for Tabiona. They come away with the win, but only within one possession against Escalante. That sets everything up, and that is what we're going to be looking at. Catch me later on tonight at Richfield High School, where I will be covering Tintic and the Rich Rebels as part of the Consolation Championship at 8:30. You can catch me on 98.3 FM KADQ or on mylocalradio.com. As always, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you later, and have a great time. Be safe, and go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!